No man, and I'm going to repeat, no man creates anything because man is created. No man creates anything. Man is only drawing on ideas or pulling in technology and ideas that were already here in the future. What do I mean by that? What I mean is everything in existence already exists. We're walking into a time frame where this technology already exists. It's just waiting on certain people to pick it up, certain people who are intuitive or people who are in tune to this new technology. If you put your mind in a space where you're looking to bring forward something new, if you put your mind in that space, then I guarantee, and you think nothing is more important than you being the open door, being the vessel to bring something new through, then I guarantee it will come to you. Notice I use the phrase "come to you" because these thoughts are already in. They are already encoded or inlined, encased within this dimension, within this three-dimensional state of existence. It's already encased in all these thoughts and these ideas are already fed into the matrix. They're already here. And who were they fed into the matrix by? They were fed into the matrix by the creators of this matrix or this world. They were fed here by the creators. I say all the time, people think man created something. I say, how can man create something and he can't even tell you how he really got here? He can't definitively tell you how he got here, why he's here, but yet you believe. And I didn't say you think. I said you believe that he actually created something. You don't think nothing was put here or thoughts and ideas were sent here for him to discover and to find or to tune in on. The knowledge was pulled in by man, the man or the woman who wanted advanced knowledge, who wanted to bring something new forward, who had the desire to be the open vessel to bring forward new intelligence, which was really future intelligence, intelligence that's laid out already ahead of us, ahead of time. Because as I said, the future is already in existence. The future is happening every day ahead of us. The future is always being laid out. So everything that you think man brought in was already laid out. There was already America laid out before man even got here and started living out that history. There was already an ancient Egypt laid out before our people started physically building those pyramids. This was already laid out by the creators of this planet for man to pick up and then start building upon. Man and woman had to come from a blueprint. And who created the blueprint from which man came from? If you're saying that man and woman work off of energy, then that means that an engineer had to manipulate that energy of woman and man in the light state or the energy state to bring that man and woman to dark matter physical form. So everything is laid out in the blueprint. Even the ideas that man thinks that he is bringing forward on his own. No, you're not bringing forward anything. These ideas are already laid forward. If we acknowledge that an intelligent form of life brought forward everything in existence, where everything works on the intellectual form of communication, everything works on the biological structure and the biological makeup, meaning when you're dealing with logical, anything dealing with logic is dealing with intelligence, then that means that everything here that man is connecting to mentally, all of the technology is already laid out. Man is not creating anything. Man is not hatching anything from his brain. These things are not in man. Man is reaching out mentally by thinking, because that's what thinking is. Thinking is two things. Thinking is figuring things out and reaching out to receive things. Figuring things out in your environment and reaching out mentally, thinking forward to receive things. Certain people are not on that advanced level to make themselves open vessels or open receivers to intelligence that's already in existence. As I said again, everything in existence is already laid out. From the time you're born to the time you die, it's already laid out. From the time you want to have children to the time your children are going to pass away to the time they have children or do not have children, all this is laid out already. Everything is predestined. Everything is pre-laid out already. You're just walking through this and living this life out. That's it. Even when you think that you're taking a different turn in life, it was meant for you to, or was predestined for you to take that different turn in life. Just like it was predestined for these people to come to power, and that our people would drop the ball and allow them to come to power. Because the same way that the white man was being used as an open vessel for technology, our people was used for thousands and thousands of years as open vessels to new technology or future technology. As I said, man is not the creator of anything. He is just the receiver. He is the recipient of technology. He is the recipient of structured law and order in society. He's following something that's already in existence. And see, the reason why the white man don't want you to think that way is because, and he wants you to believe that he is smarter than you. He wants you to believe that, and he codes all the so-called scientific equations in funny language and German and Latin and languages that are not even used anymore, is because he don't want you to think of things logically. He does not want you to figure things out. He does not want you to know that, all he's saying is this and all he's saying is that. He doesn't want you to figure out the things that he's talking about, because he wants it to seem as though what he's coming forward with, his theories, his so-called scientific theories, are that much over your head. He wants you to think that these things are over your head. He does not want you thinking about anything. He wants you to come to him. And he wants to spoon feed you the technology. He wants to spoon feed you the knowledge. He wants to spoon feed you the law and order. He wants to be your teacher. See, by being your teacher, he becomes, in a way, your God. He spoon feeds you the knowledge. He becomes your master. And this is what he wants. For thousands of years, we've been the masters of the planet, teaching the world. Everybody was following us out because we were the top receivers on the mental food chain. We were the top receivers and the top transmitters. We, being the natural manifestation, so-called black man and so-called black woman, were the receivers and the transmitters of all of the Creator's knowledge on earth. Like I said, you got your so-called conscious community, all these Negroes who sitting up here talking about the past. They should be talking about the accomplishments, the inventions, and the things that our people brought forward. They should spend more time on that and teaching our people that and teaching the youth that. Because the youth need to see that. They need to know that black men created the cell phone, black men created the internet, black men created the first home computer and all this. But yet they know, about Steve Jobs. You know about Steve Jobs. And there would not have been a Steve Jobs on Apple computer had that black man not created the damn internet or the house computer. Because prior to that man creating the house computer, there was only international business machines, IBM. Those machines were built for businesses. It was no such thing as a home computer until a black man came along. But see, they're not going to share that with you because they don't want you to start thinking, and they don't want you to be the receiver of technology, because the next technology you might receive will wipe them off of the planet. You might think on a level, whereas how can I get rid of these people and these racist people off the planet? And you might receive the next technology to do it, something more powerful than a gun. You might receive that. It might be for you to receive that future technology, to pull that technology in, to pull that knowledge in that's laid out for you to get it. See, they don't want you to think on that level. When the Asians were playing with gunpowder, right, and making firecrackers, he figured out a way to make a gun out of it. He figured out a way to make something to kill somebody. And from there, once he discovered gunpowder, right, that the Asians was digging up, and they found that they made sure they started mining out the gunpowder and whatnot so that they could make guns, bombs, right, and the rest is history. This is how they were able to do that, because they were thinking of ways of taking over the world in the future and how they could make an effective weapon, right, to fight their enemies off and take hold of the world. And the white man received the knowledge of the gun because the gun was already laid into the foundation of the planet. Who laid the gun into the foundation of the planet? The foundational knowledge of the planet? Our people, the so-called black man, right, laid the knowledge of the gun into the planet, the creators of this planet. Everything that's in this planet came from the creators of this planet. All knowledge came from the creators of this planet. Now the white man wants you to sit up here and become an atheist and think, and this is the biggest form of white supremacy. I said atheism is the biggest form of white supremacy on the damn planet nowadays, but they don't let you know it's white supremacy, but it is. Think about what he's asking you to accept in atheism. He's trying to get you to accept that there is no higher power. There is no higher power. There is no creator. There is nobody above the white man. That's really what they're saying. That's what they're saying when they get you to accept atheism. They want you to believe that there is no power above the white man. If they tell you the white man created the internet and Facebook, you just believe that. You don't think internet and Facebook was already laid into the foundation of this world. You actually think the creators of this world, man is going to create something that the creators of this world didn't create first? You actually think man is going to come up with that? He tell you there's no creator to the world, but then he can't tell you how the world was created. All he can do is go through the mechanics of it, but then he'll say, oh, this stuff just happened on its own, and you believe that. We want to encourage our children and ourselves to be the next bringers of higher technology, higher intelligence. We want to encourage our people to be the next receivers of this higher intelligence. And if we're going to do this, we have to convert them into thinkers. We have to get away from the believers. Stop believing what these white folks are telling you. Stop believing that you know that they want you to think that they're the smartest people on the planet, because they're going to remain your masters this way. This is how they're going to remain as your masters. This is how they're going to remain as the ones who are sitting over you, telling you what to do and telling you that they're the smartest people and trying to discourage your children from thinking past them. They doing all this searching in the technology and going to, because they're trying to find higher intelligence. But when they find that higher intelligence, what they're really looking for is you. They're not going to these other planets, going to Mars and all these things because they just want to go up there. They're searching for God. They're searching to have a physical encounter with God, because, and if they know that they're searching for a person to have a physical encounter with, then they know that that person is real. You're not going to research nothing if nothing is laid out for you to search for. He's being used as a power tool because he's open to be used as a power tool, as a receiver and a sender. He's open to be used that way. See, the white man, he don't get caught up in these fads and things of society. He focuses solely on being number one and being a receiver of technology. He knows about the mental matrix. That's why if you ever see where he put this thing up where he'll have the computer looking image and he'll have the numbers coming down and being downloaded into the computer image, that's really him saying his light energy is the blueprint for everything in physical existence. When he put that down there, he didn't translate it that way, but that's really what he's trying to say. He put that image up there in that picture, and he don't even know what he's saying. He's saying that all this stuff is already laid out. And it's being laid out by the almond being who came before him.
It's the republic of intellect, rising out the black race to the white race, out the black race to the white race. It's the republic of intellect, black race to the white race. If it's hell, then it's hell us. They tried everything just to spell us. Fed us religion, gave us fake gods. Through all of that, we beat the odds. Now we coming together under one flag. Colors red, gold, and blue. Superman, Superwoman, that's me and you. The infinite capabilities that we can do. We the republic.